I mean, it's simple. You have to come out and play with the killer instinct. You have to have that intensity.
Where was that tonight?
I have no idea. I hate watching the Lakers play sometimes because towards the end they try to play the hero ball. Okay. You said LeBron James the greatest player ever?
Ever.
What about Michael and Kobe? So you just gonna pass Kobe up like that?
I'm gonna pass Kobe up. I'm gonna look at Michael. I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna look at.
I know it. Patron, America.
Yo.
Listen to this. When Shaquille O'Neal tells LeBron James to stop comparing himself to Michael Jordan, it hits a whole lot differently once you actually dive into the numbers. Because at this point, we're not just talking about opinions anymore. We're talking about legacies supported by statistics. And the second you start putting those numbers side by side, things get uncomfortable really fast. Now, think about this for a moment. LeBron is sitting with more than 40,000 career points, making him the NBA's all-time leading scorer, while also ranking among the top 5 assist leaders ever. Let that really sink in. We're talking about a player who could retire as the greatest scorer the league has ever seen, while simultaneously being remembered as one of the greatest playmakers ever. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan ended his career with 32,292 points. That's an incredible number by itself, but the way he got there was completely different. Jordan averaged 30.1 points per game, the highest scoring average in the NBA history, while LeBron has hovered around 27 points per game across more than 20 years of basketball. So right there, you've got longevity battling peak dominance, elite volume over time versus unmatched scoring efficiency at the highest level. This is where the conversation becomes tricky, because when Shaq says stop comparing, he's pointing directly at this exact issue. Jordan ruled the league in shorter stretches with complete and total control. 6 championships, a perfect 6-0 finals record, 6 finals MVPs, and not once needing a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. That's perfection. But LeBron? He's reached the finals 10 times, captured 4 championships, and accomplished it with 3 different franchises, under 3 different systems, and across multiple eras of the game. That's adaptability. That's surviving and thriving at the highest level imaginable.
Where do we start? It's just amazing at his age.
Yeah.
What he came into the league, what perceived him as an athlete, a dunker.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing as a complete scorer, shooter, and everything else under the sun. So it was just a cool moment to see him get to his spot, fade away, new record.
Listen to this. Here's the angle almost nobody is bringing up. LeBron has logged more than 1,400 regular season games and counting, along with over 280 playoff appearances. That's essentially several extra years of high-stakes basketball under constant pressure. Meanwhile, Jordan finished with over 1,072 regular season games and roughly 179 playoff games. So, when people bring up LeBron's finals losses, remember, he also earned far more chances because he remained a contender longer than nearly anybody we've ever seen. This is where a lot of younger fans get tripped up. They look at the championship count and stop the discussion right there. 6 rings against 4 rings. Case closed. But hold up, Shaq is basically telling everyone to look beyond the surface. Because if championships alone decided the GOAT debate, then players like Robert Horry would be sitting in that conversation too. Context matters, competition matters, and longevity matters.
Didn't have focus, and I'm glad the Rockets beat them. We know what needs to be done to win the championship. LeBron knows that. I'm surprised that they didn't come out with that effort and intensity, and I'm super disappointed in the Lakers.
Now listen to this. Let's shift the conversation to overall impact, because this is where LeBron really starts separating himself from the pack. He's averaging roughly 7 rebounds and 7 assists for his career, something no player operating at his level has sustained for this amount of time. Meanwhile, Jordan averaged around 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Still incredible numbers, but his game was built more around scoring and locking people down defensively. And when it comes to defense, Jordan clearly has the advantage. He owns a Defensive Player of the Year award along with 9 all-defensive first-team selections. While LeBron has absolutely had elite defensive stretches throughout his career, he hasn't maintained that same level of dominance on that end as consistently. This is where things start getting complicated, because now we're no longer just comparing players, we're comparing responsibilities and styles of play. Jordan was the ultimate scorer, the closer, the guy you wanted taking the final shot every single time without hesitation. LeBron is more like an entire system by himself. He controls the flow of the game, creates the best opportunity available, and sometimes passes up the last shot to generate an even better one. And depending on what matters most to you, your answer to the GOAT debate changes. Now, here's the part nobody's talking about. Advanced metrics actually make this debate even tighter. LeBron owns one of the highest player efficiency ratings the game has ever seen, right there alongside Jordan. His win share totals are higher because of his longevity, meaning he's contributed to more overall team success across a longer period of time. But Jordan's peak years remain some of the most dominant stretches basketball has ever witnessed. Those were seasons where he looked completely unstoppable on both sides of the floor.
I'll say one thing to you, Max, I don't know the numbers like you do. Michael Jordan is what in the finals? 6 and what?
Oh.
And what is LeBron in the finals? That's all I gotta say.
Listen to this. This is where young players usually make a massive mistake. They try to force one single definition of greatness on everybody, but Shaq is basically pointing out that greatness doesn't look the same for everyone. Jordan's greatness was pure dominance, finishing the job every single time without hesitation. LeBron's greatness is about evolving, adapting, and staying at the top longer than anyone ever imagined possible. Now here's where everything ties back into Shaq's message, because when he says stop comparing, he's not saying LeBron isn't great, he's saying LeBron is so great that he doesn't even need the comparison anymore. Because once you take Jordan out of the equation, LeBron's resume starts looking absolutely insane. All-time leading scorer, top 5 in assists, 20-plus All-Star appearances, multiple MVPs, championships with different teams, and still performing at an elite level deep into his late 30s and early 40s.
When LeBron passes up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in points, and he will this year, will that make him the greatest player ever? Okay. An interesting question.
This is where it gets dangerous, because if LeBron keeps getting compared to Jordan, every single loss gets magnified. Every missed shot turns into a full-blown debate. Every playoff exit becomes a legacy courtroom discussion. And that's exactly what Shaq is pushing back against. He's basically asking, why are we still doing this when the numbers already show LeBron's greatness in a completely different light? Listen to this. Here's the part nobody's really breaking down. If you separate their careers instead of stacking them against each other, you start to realize this might not even be a competition. It's two completely different versions of greatness. Jordan is the peak, the absolute standard of dominance at his highest level. LeBron is the marathon, built on endurance and sustained excellence over time. Jordan is the perfect storm. LeBron is the constant force that never fades. And now we get to the real question everyone avoids. If LeBron ends his career with something like 42,000 plus points, 11,000 plus assists, and 11,000 plus rebounds, does that outweigh Jordan's flawless finals record and scoring dominance? Or does perfection still beat longevity at the highest level? Because this is where it gets uncomfortable. There is no clean answer. So I'll leave you with this. Is Shaq right in saying LeBron should stop being compared to Michael Jordan altogether? Or are these exact numbers the reason this debate will never die? Because if we're being honest, the stats don't settle anything. They only make the argument even louder.